Okay, hello, and thank you for joining us in this video today. This is Dr. Helene Nguyen from New Jersey, Hackettstown, New Jersey, and my name is Dr. Christina Jansen, and I'm a podiatrist and I practice in Midtown Manhattan. Okay, now what's interesting about Dr. Nguyen and myself is that because we have such specialized fields, we're specialists in a field of specialists. Neither of us take insurance because we want to make sure that the patient understands exactly how much everything costs from the very beginning and what is the out-of-pocket outlay, so there's no mysterious bills later. So they know. I like the patient to know exactly what they have to pay. We can submit a bill for the insurance, but I found that going through insurance was very difficult for the patient because the insurance company would say they covered something, and then we submitted to the insurance, and then it turned out later that they didn't cover it at all. And it was very painful to me and the patient. So I gave up all insurance. I'm out of network, and I do that on purpose so the patient can come up with a budget. So one problem that patients may face is the cost of treatment. So I wanted to ask you about the cost of treatment.
For any of our surgical procedure, the way that how I approach the patient is that, yes, money is important, and I think everybody think that money is very important. And most of my patients, they are working class. So we definitely, I want to address their concern about finance part because that is the important part about the whole process of healing and recovery. So when we talk about money, right? So if the patient come in with the pain, physical pain that's affect their ability to go to work, to function, to spend time with their family. So by delaying it or think about the money as a big picture or priority, is that important enough compared to their foot health, personal gain, personal health? Because if they be able to take care of their feet sooner, they're going to get back to activity sooner. And they can get back to work sooner, which is it can be making more money sooner, right?
Right. Yeah.
So like if you delaying that, who's losing here? So I usually address the patient at that level. Think about their body first before they be able to take care. Think about other things. Yes, money is money, but if they're not be able to get back to work, function the way they're supposed to do, they actually lose more money than good. In our office, that we offer the surgical package. Every patient, like let's say for bunion procedure, as a package, all inclusive that cover for them up to 6 months.
Okay, so that's similar to what I do because I lay out the cost of everything ahead of time.
Yes, so we tell the patient this is all. It's like just one fee is gonna be covered for 6 months. And then they don't have, it's all transparent, either that, but I would like them to understand about their conditions for the health themselves first before, because we always think about other things, but not really thinking about ourselves most of the time.
You take yourself for granted, your body for granted.
Yeah, and that is a big thing right now. We all about like self-care, but we really care for ourselves?
Yeah,
care for all the people around us.
Yeah, so we're actually similar in that sense because I would rather the patient understand everything about the cost before we do anything, so they know how to budget for it.
Yeah, and just similar like you, I'm out network. We do give the patient a code if they want to go through the insurance route. Then they can just submit the claim, and
we do that too. We give a super bill.
Yeah, super bill, and they can give it to their medical insurance to get reimbursed themselves.
Yeah, we do that too. But we tell the patient what the out-of-pocket cost is, so they know worst case scenario they are not covered by the insurance. So, but at least it's very clear what things are going to cost versus going in network. It's amazing how patients tell me I wound up spending an enormous amount of money using my insurance. Yes. Between the co-pays and deductibles and everything else, you use your insurance and pay much more.
Yes. Yeah.
So it doesn't
it's
make any sense.
Like ironic, right?
No, it's ironic.
It's very ironic. It's like sometimes
ironic.
We end up like pay more when we have insurance, like, and
more out-of-pocket costs with insurance.
And there is a solution and options out there. So like most of the doctor who been seeing patient out of network or like for cash, and the cash, sometimes cash price actually come out more advantageous
Yeah,
than
it's true.
than using the
It
insurance
is true,
route.
because what will happen is sometimes with going with insurance, the doctors have to see so many an hour, they'll see 6 an hour. I know a podiatrist who sees 8 patients an hour because they're trying to get the insurance reimbursements, and if the patient's not paying, they're not going to complain about only being seen for a few minutes,
Yeah. And I think
So
when
then what happens? They just have to keep going back. You go back 20 times, you pay $50 copay. I'm bad with math, but what does that add up to? But you wind up paying more going in network than
we have one patient is
going out of
actually
network.
come to see me out pocket copay is $85.
Yeah.
And my self-pay visit $85
Yeah.
cash,
Yeah.
and
But they have to go back 10 times.
10
That's what I'm saying.
times,
So
exactly.
they paid $850, to save, whatever.
Doesn't
make
make
any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But you know what? We're here to help. Dr. Jensen and I. With the reason we opt out the insurance because we don't want to be constricted by the third parties
No.
in the exam room, and that's when the big deal. That's a big deal for us, and it's kind of like have a big elephant in the room, and then interfere with the care that the doctors like us provide to the patient. Is affected the patient and the doctor relationship, right? And how
Very
many
much,
times
yes.
that we want to prescribe something, but because the insurance doesn't cover for it, we have to find alternative. To me, and I'm sure you feel as well, that's why we understand route that we opt out the insurance, because why would we, there's a very good alternative out there. Why would we not provide to the patient, but finding something that insurance will cover? And is that the best for the patients? I don't think so.
No. I'm a very passionate provider. I want to
Exactly.
provide the best possible service.
Right.
I spend 8 hours making a pair of orthotics for a patient, and I had to make a video of myself doing it because nobody believes it takes 8 hours to make a pair of orthotics. So I
Well, I
actually
didn't
made a
believe
video.
it until I watched your videos.
Yeah, okay, yes, it takes a long time, but I'm very passionate about it, and I didn't want to hear from insurance companies interfering, and they'll actually tell you how much time to spend with the patient, 99212, 10 minutes, Really, 10 minutes? I can do nothing in 10 minutes.
Yeah, one side, one very quick example why another reason why we chose to opt out of insurance is actually I had a patient came in with severe Achilles tendons pain. And she twisted her foot about 2 weeks ago. She thought it's going to get better, but it didn't. So she came to me, that's like 2 weeks already after the initial injury. And I would definitely, there's some clinical finding. I found that some compromise with Achilles tendon, so I would like her to get an MRI. And this is a very major, big insurance coverage, health insurance, this is Blue Cross Blue Shield here. And you think that will be, that will qualify for emergency MRI order. I put in the MRI order, the order got denied by Blue Cross Blue Shield. It said that
You can't walk, your foot is not functioning anymore. You think that's important?
Because I didn't follow the conservative care for 6 weeks.
The foot is not connected to the calf muscle, and you're supposed to wait 6 weeks, so it contracts and the whole thing is ruined. Oh,
Right.
Wow.
So the patient had been limping around with a cam walker, which I know that something's wrong with her Achilles tendons, but I
Yeah.
have to still render the 6 weeks conservative option.
Wow.
So how does that make sense from the doctor perspective and the patient perspective? She had to put her out for short-term disability because she cannot walk properly at work. So she's limping around with a walking boot to fulfill that 6 weeks so that her insurance will approve for the MRI order.